It is Sunday, the 28th day of August 2011. Welcome to Sharplens, your #1 investigative human interest magazine program on television Continental. My name is Tunchi Olanipo. Let me ask, how was service today, or how is the fasting going? Now, on the show today, we have two major reports for you, and one borders on the epileptic power supply in the country. I don't know how PHCN is behaving in your area, but I think in most areas in Lagos State, just as is in Nigeria, the power supply is very, very erratic. And also, PHCN is now increasing the tariff. How is it like in your area? We have the report for you about PHCN. And our second report is from an area in Lagos State called Meron area, that is in Agbado Okiodo local government area of Lagos State. What is the challenge of these people? What are their cries? You will watch everything on the show today. I will be back after this break. Please don't go away. This is a common sight in most homes and shops in Lagos. Generators of different size and capacities contributing to the already polluted environment. But these people don't have a choice. They must keep the generator working if they have to survive in business and feed their families. Like the proverbial Abiku in Yoruba culture, who will always come and go, the issue of power in Nigeria has become Abiku, tormenting the national growth and development for many years. Electricity supply is never sufficient for domestic use, let alone for industrialists and manufacturers. These shortages have forced many small-scale businesses to close shop, while employers of labor who could no longer cope with the harsh economic condition have to disengage some of their workforce. This has contributed to the unemployment rate in the society. But how did Nigeria get to this point? In the early 80s, Nigeria had 79 power plants. Today, less than 20 are functioning. Records show that Nigeria has an installed capacity of 5,900 megawatts, but can only generate 1,600 megawatts because most of the facilities are poorly maintained. Only 40% of Nigeria's 140 million population have access to partial electricity. Yearly, power generation drops and businesses continue to see red. Billions of naira was spent in the last 10 years to move power generation to about 6,000 megawatts without any success. In its rebranding efforts, the defunct National Electric Power Authority (NEPA) changed its name to Power Holding Company of Nigeria (PHCN), yet without any improvement in services. Despite this, Nigerians presently pay 7 naira per kilowatt of power, but government is contemplating increasing the tariff to 11 naira 20 kobo.
Now, from Ketu to Oshodi to Isolo and to Akoka, the story of power failure are all the same. And now this is Computer Village in Ikeja. Traders here are complaining bitterly that the PHCN is not giving them enough power to do their business.
When we pay, will you see what to pay for? That is what matters. Because Nigeria, if you know how much we pay on NEPA bill, and we didn't see it.
They are assuming that they are efficient and they are billing you. Do you know that in Nigeria, in the best of situations, if you traveled overseas for a 6 months program or 9 months program in a university overseas, and you come back, your bills will be waiting for you, even when nobody lived in the house. You don't do that in UK. You pay for what you use. It's pay per use, not like the pay-per-view TVs you have internationally. How can you justify that? Nobody lived in a house for 1 year, and the bills are there, and you're insisting the person must pay.
We pay bill to NEPA, but we don't see the light, so it's just as if we're just wasting our money here, you know. And the shop here is very expensive, but the light is nothing good to write about.
They only bring the light time to time, and I observe something. By the time the month is about ending, when they are about collecting their NEPA bills, they bring the light constant as to make fools of people to pay them their bills. Then after paying their bill, they take up the light. They don't bring the light for more than a week or so.
Bá a bẹ̀ nẹ́bà kíjọba bá wa bẹ̀ kò síná lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rárá everywhere jẹ́ẹ̀lì ló ń dún yẹn ó dẹ̀ ń pààyàn tó bá pẹ́ jù ó máa gbiná.
The problem of NEPA is it's not easy at all. It's very funny, and even in my area, before the end of the month, they'll bring the bill, and the bill that they don't even come to read meter at all. But the bill that they'll bring is not funny at all.
We pay our NEPA bills each time. Like last month now, they just brought a NEPA bill, and we pay. But the issue is that we cannot stop paying. We will pay, because if you don't pay, they'll cut your light. But they don't care about people's feelings, about how people feel. It's very, very bad. It's very, very bad.
The Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, said the federal government recently approved 177 billion naira as subsidy for power consumption. Can this be the justification for the proposed increase in electricity tariff?
But I think the arithmetic is very wrong, in the sense that you find that people pay for darkness when there is no power supply and the bills keep coming. You are being made to pay, and you see, you are not meeting customers' requirements in any form, and not even treating Nigerians as if they are human beings. Now, I find it objectionable for anyone to come on at this time to say you want to implement the increase for one major reason. You have not sorted out this supply end. That's what they call demand-side management in energy. Power inclusive, that's electricity inclusive. Now, by the time you solve this, you are asking, it's an insult for 150 million people to be living maximally on 3,200 megawatts of electricity.
Nigeria has a very peculiar situation where we are not having adequate power supply. And if we now increase your tariff when you are not having the supply, it's like adding salt on each wound.
This is not the time to be talking of an upward review of tariff. If anything, we should be looking at how we can subsidize the cost of production, how we can subsidize the inputs for the manufacturing sector and other sector operators.
South Africa, with a population of about 45 million, generates 40,000 megawatts, while Nigeria, with a population of 140 million, generates barely 2,500 megawatts. Since the advent of democratic rule in 1999, Nigeria has spent over $16 billion on power. This has not in any way impacted on the people and their business.
When you talk about this business we are dealing upon, technology business, and we need NEPA to do it. And as you can see, don't be surprised, as you can see now, look at your power, that's the lister. That is lister, generator there. When there is no NEPA light, everybody will make use of generators or generator. To the extent that I myself, I have a special registrar at the filling station where I buy. Even I keep my keg there. When I'm going home, I pick it up. Is this supposed to be like that? No.
We have situations where people have even been forced out of business completely because of the power situation. Because you have a situation where, because you have to rely almost entirely, maybe 80%, 70%, and in some industries, they rely 100% on their own power supply.
Some of the machine we use here, not all of them that gen can pick up. Some of them, our generator cannot take some of the equipment. So we need NEPA light to boost.
This is Omotosho gas turbine plant in Ondo State, built by former President Olusegun Obasanjo administration. This eye-catching facility was built at the cost of $200 million by a Chinese firm and commissioned with pomp and pageantry by the then president. This similar project was also executed in 3 other locations across Nigeria. In Geregu, Kogi State, the plant is expected to generate 440 megawatts, Alaoji, Abia State, 346 megawatts, Papalantoro, Ogun State, 335 megawatts, and the Omotosho, Ondo State, 335 megawatts. When these gas plants work to capacity, a total of 1,430 megawatts will be generated. Very unfortunately, since the completion of the 4 gas turbine stations, none has generated anything to the national grid. So, all these stations remain non-functional.
They're not even defining the project very well at the beginning. And that's why you come across those challenges. But they won't tell you. Politically, you find the president or whoever his representative is going about commissioning dead plants. Because without gas, those plants are dead.
Yar'Adua inherited about 2,500 megawatts. And he was looking at that in the next 3 years, that he was going to improve it to over 6,000 megawatts. Because it's a gradual process, and these facilities are on ground. The NIPP project, which the president, as a vice president, was heading, was supposed to have injected certain megawatts, and certain works were supposed to be concluded in the transmission sector. Ditto the distribution network.
They are efforts at nothing, in the sense that we put some turbines in place and they are not connected to the gas grid. If there is no gas supply, it cannot work. It's not like what happened during Odili's regime in Rivers State. With fanfare, President Obasanjo went to commission the IPP plant, is that not? But they were not connected to the grid, so people could not even take 1 megawatt out of it. I hope you understand. It's poor planning. That's what I'm saying. Now you look at your resources, your manning levels, and now determine, you don't just start doing things in piecemeal.
That means the government did not look ahead that there is no gas.
Well, it's inept management. In fact, in some countries, some people should be jailed and shot for that. That's the issue now. That's what we're saying. You have to put all the facts on table. You have to do the planning. It's integrated, and then you have to follow due process in doing things.
Let me say one thing. After our natural life, another artificial life, let me use that language, another artificial life again is light. You understand? Even apart from the business, even affecting our life. If I should pull on my shirt here now, you see heat rashes. Yeah, it might sound so funny, but I'm telling you the truth. When I pull on my shirt now, you see heat rashes. Even my friend here, even my colleagues here, you see heat rashes. Even though if it doesn't disturb our business, but it's disturbing our business. Not even our business alone, even our life.
While government continue to pump billions down the drain, there are protests across the country on the erratic power supply, while businesses continue to fail. The Ikeja branch of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria used to have 4,000 members. Now, its membership is less than 2,000. The reason the association disagrees with the proposed increase in tariff.
Ordinarily, manufacturers would definitely want to pay for their tariff if they have the supply. Let's just take the issue of petroleum products. Since we have had this problem of increase, and we are able to agree with government on that marginal increase, and there has been very stable supply.
Vision 2020 is a major target of the federal government, and to achieve this goal, Nigeria needs to generate 35,000 megawatts by the year 2020. To achieve this, the nation will have to generate 3,500 megawatts annually for the next 10 years. An attempt to raise the megawatt to 6,000 by December 31, 2009 failed. Some analysts are of the view that the unbundling of the PHCN is the only way out of the power crisis. The country currently has 6 generating companies, 1 transmission company, and 6 distribution companies. Most of these facilities are old and not maintained. With power still erratic, Nigerians are appealing to government to take prompt action in ensuring steady power supply.